We talked about a few acting books, how to get started with acting. Sometimes it can be confusing about what to do first. Some people always want to ask about whether like getting an agent or manager as the first step is the right thing to do, but you need to, before you get somebody who's going to try to make money from your career, because an agent and manager only make 10 to 15% of what you make. They would be doing lots of free work for you if you just had an agent or manager right away and you hadn't built a resume, getting in student short films, getting in plays, um, making your own films, trying to get in film festivals. Those are things. Hello, Struck by Shade. Hello, I choked on hair. Ryuko, my day just got better. Yeah, thanks. I just found a little pocket of time here to do another quick live. Yeah, ask away, Struck by Shade. I was just talking about ways to get in for newer actors and some common questions I get about an agent manager that's not really relevant. You should wait till you have a resume to really try to get representation. I choked on hair. Yeah, that is a funny name. Um, I've started talking in my earlier live about helping actors. Now I'm trying to expand on it a little bit, give you a different avenue of like typical questions I get, and my answer for those is that you have to build a career, build a resume if you want like a long acting career. What movies am I in? I'm in a movie called Poseidon's Crush. It's on Amazon Prime. Or sorry, not Poseidon's Crush. I made a movie called Poseidon's Crush last year with my fiance Lizzie. That's not out yet. That I won a Best Actor award at a festival for. Hello, Zoe. And then the movie I'm starring in is called Legacy, and that's on Amazon Prime right now that I did a couple years ago. And then I've done a few other short movies here and there, but those are the biggest two. Anyways, any tips on acting? I want to be an actor. Yeah, I think being in this live is a good start. I have lots of good advice. I read books about acting, try to get acting training. If you don't have anything in your community, then online there's still teachers who moved to an online format during COVID just because of how things were, that have kept many of their classes online. So you could get in a Hollywood acting class and do it from wherever you live in the world. So that's something to look into for sure. Other tips for starting actors, yeah, would be to get used to being in front of a camera or stage. Like so try to look up and study like screenwriting. Write a little play for yourself. Yeah. Do you have a question? Do you remember my name? No pressure, right? I do remember your name. You have a unique name. It's awesome. Officially Cam. Hello. Um, so yeah, tips for new actors. Yeah, would be to start doing it. Some people, I guess, get confused or overwhelmed. They're like, where would I start? How do you just be an actor? And if you make a commitment to yourself that you're going to do it and going to succeed, then you're already becoming an actor. Next step is to start creating things. Actors are creative and they learn how to live a truthful life in front of the camera, feel real feelings in front of the camera. A lot of people ask about crying on command or being whatever emotion, like how do you fake it? And the answer is you don't. The reason it looks good when real actors do it is because they're really feeling the emotion. Oh, you're working on an acting scene. What kind of acting scene are you working on? But yeah, that's such a key, is to feel real feelings in front of a camera. And it's hard because you have a big film crew. There'll be literally a big camera in front of your face, and then you're supposed to feel real feelings about some intense emotion when there's all that going on. Thank you, Pink Dreams. So yeah, so it can be a little funny being an actor on camera, because it is the way the environment's set up is so unrealistic to anything for then you to feel a real emotion. Thank you so much. So if you can't, yeah, so just feeling real emotions in a environment that's completely fake and manufactured is a challenge, and that's why it takes a lot of training and class, so that when the moment does come, when you're on a film set where it costs thousands of dollars per second for the crew to be there and all the equipment and all things like that, you'll be able to like deliver for your part, which is to give a good performance. My friends are going to be in it. It's my dad. Oh, that sounds like just the whole class will watch it. Yeah, that's awesome. That's exactly what you want to do to be an actor, to like build. That's something you could even put on an early resume you have for for casting directors to see if you're trying to get auditions for things is that you made a movie. You could now submit that movie to film festivals too. There's a website online called filmfreeway.com where all the top festivals are listed, and you can put your movie on that festival website and submit to festivals, and who knows, maybe you'll get awarded, maybe you'll get noticed. Different judges for festivals are movie studio people. How long have I been acting? I've been acting for about 5 years. I didn't start out as an actor. I did it after working the investment industry for several years. I worked in that industry until I realized I wanted to do something a bit more creative and a little less analytical. But it was hard to get rid of that analytical part of my brain and to like really tap into just the creative side. Because when you're acting, you don't want to be thinking about like while you're acting in a scene, you don't want to be like editing yourself or thinking about like, oh, did I make the right face, or did like was that the right emotion? You just want to just live. What inspired you to act, or did you know you liked it? When I moved to Los Angeles from Philadelphia, I was like, oh, I just want to be in the entertainment industry. I just like it. So I didn't start acting right away when I moved to Los Angeles. I actually did a lot of other things in screenwriting, and I worked for a few TV shows as a producer. And then I just sort of like wanted to see what all of the different parts of a production were like. So then I was like, okay, well, I guess the last piece is to try acting. When I took the acting class, I was like, oh, this is exactly what I want to do. And then a lot of the acting teachers that I've had and then acting teachers bring in casting directors and directors and all these other people who also got to see me act. And for the most part, everybody's like, you're really, really, really good. Do not quit. You may have periods, may even have a year or two where there's like stuff isn't going on like acting wise as much, but if you stick with it, you will like some incredible things will happen. So yeah, I did a movie a couple years ago. Now I'm like kind of in the period where like the next thing I'm just sort of working hard for it to happen. My ex-friend, we stopped being friends yesterday, called Cringe, I could think. Yeah, that's it. There's always critics and like people call me cringe all the time. Like sometimes I'm acting for fun. Sometimes I'm doing something more theatrical. Sometimes it's good to experiment and fail and learn from your failures. Hello, Macy. I was in a movie called Legacy that's on Amazon Prime right now. You could go watch it. But I've done like episodes of Grey's Anatomy. What else have I done? I've had non-speaking roles in a few where I'm with all the main characters, but I just didn't have a line. So I've done 6 episodes of Grey's Anatomy. I played a nurse, a doctor, firefighter. I've been in a George Clooney movie, worked with him as my director, which was really cool. Trying to think. I'd have to look at my IMDb. I have a decent sized resume now. So now I do have an agent and a manager, like 2 different people. My manager kind of guides my career for like the long term and like helps me pick the roles and get the right headshots. And my agent sort of just gets me the audition. So like they kind of have 2 different jobs, like the agent and manager, and they're kind of my team, like looking out for my career. And they only get paid when I get paid. So until I book a movie or something, they're sort of working for free, which means they have faith in me, because if they're not making money right now, they're sort of banking on me that I will make money so that they can make money down the road. Otherwise, they wouldn't have me as their client. So there's a lot of trust there. But I had to work really hard to do student movies and film my own films and do lots of acting classes and hundreds of auditions. Which if you just do it day by day, like it just adds up. So you don't have to worry about like if it seems overwhelming. It's like that's okay. It's like it's a daily process. You just keep doing the same thing. If you love it, you'll just keep doing it. I have done live theater before too. I really want to be in movies, but I have done live theater and it's been fun. One of my acting schools, we were required to do a lot of live theater. Oh, you watched Legacy? Awesome! Thank you so much. Thank you for watching that. It was really cool to do, and I hope to do more. And I'm friendly with the director. So, do I have a favorite actor, and why did I start acting? I don't know who my favorite actor is. Like, I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I like Christian Bale. I think Christian Bale's like does so many different types of roles and there's like a lot of the characters he plays are amazing. I don't know why. basically started acting because I loved the industry, and I tried screenwriting and I tried producing. I tried a lot of the different jobs just to know how a film set worked. And I just took an acting class because I always wanted to act, but I didn't think I could. But I just took an acting class in Los Angeles and fell in love with it. My favorite Avenger is not Avenger, but Wolverine. Legacy is the only movie that's out right now that I've been in. I've been in other ones that aren't like available on Netflix or YouTube, but hopefully soon. I've auditioned for a lot of Netflix shows recently, so we'll see. My favorite actor is either you or Natalie Portman. Thank you. Um, well, you could say I'm your favorite male actor then. But yeah, Natalie Portman is yeah, she's super talented. I would love to do a lot of the movies, or or like be in a movie with her. I think she did a master's class that's out there online right now too. What do you enjoy most about acting? I don't know. Acting, it gives me like a feeling, like it's fun, and I feel like alive when I'm doing it. Yeah. Hi, Cam. Yeah. Thank you, and thank you for watching Legacy. Um, so yeah, I feel yeah, like acting sort of gives me life, and it's like so fun. It's like a puzzle to like put together a character, but then there's like this art spontaneous part. Then once the camera's rolling, or once you're in a room with the other actors and the director says action, like you just, it can be exciting. Like you don't know what's gonna happen, and you shouldn't know. It shouldn't be too pre-planned. Like there should be some free flow and reacting. And Netflix is the only TV show producing app that I do not have. Oh no, I feel like a lot of people have Netflix. Um, but there's other apps. You don't need Netflix. Do you ever just feel sad or upset when people say you're cringy? Um, no, because I don't want to. I don't like, so when people say they love my acting, I appreciate it for sure. Like that feels amazing, but I also don't get too high. I started YouTube like a month ago, Cam. But when people say I'm good, I don't get too high. When people say I'm bad or cringy, I don't get too low, because they're not making videos. They're just trying to get attention sometimes. And maybe some of my videos are cringy. Like that's their opinion. And I've always thought if I'm making them feel something, whether it's love or hate, at least they're not, if they don't feel anything, that's, I think, when I should be worried. If somebody watches my video and doesn't feel anything, then I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not trying hard enough. Whereas if they love it or hate it, then at least like I've stirred an emotion in them, which I think is like a pretty big goal as an actor, is to like have whatever you're doing translate to the audience. And sometimes it'll translate somebody who just doesn't like what they see. They don't like what it makes them think or feel. Maybe sometimes it's too real for them. But yeah, sometimes I'm just having fun. I think some people just aren't like fun or don't know how to have fun. So like if you're having fun in a video and they're like, that's cringy, then that's okay. They didn't want to go for the ride. They didn't want to be entertained. They didn't want to have fun. Some people like will say it like over, like on different videos. I'm like, well, then don't watch it. Like if you don't like it, if it's cringy for you, then don't keep watching the videos. But some people like watch all of my videos, but then will still comment like, oh, I don't like you, or you're cringy. I'm like, well, why? The more you watch and the more you comment, the more my videos get sent out, the more popular the videos become. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Um, what do you think could make a role challenging? Uh, Who's that girl who's always in your vids? Oh, that's my fiance Lizzie. We live together. She's an actress as well, but she also has a good day job. Oh, I just forgot the question that I just. Sorry. Whoever said what's the. I already forgot the question. It's so hard when comments like a bunch come in at once, because then I lose track. But if I miss one of your questions, feel free to ask. I'm trying to look at them as they come in. But yeah, it's hard. Today I did, what's the most challenging? Is it challenging role? Is it what's the most challenging role? I like playing, my favorite role is to play like a good guy who maybe turns bad. It's kind of fun because you get to like, even when you're a good guy, you have to like know that you're going to be bad. How are you so amazing and inspiring? I don't know. But yeah, what's the most challenging role? I think roles where you're like, you're supposed to cry, or supposed to be emotional, or supposed to do something. Have I worked with a company like Disney for acting? I've auditioned for Disney with the Russo brothers, the Avengers directors. Legacy was shot like 3 years ago. We spent a few weeks in Mexico filming. But yeah, challenging roles I think are roles for me like where you can't have as much freedom with your emotions, or with like the directors like really like is like you have to cry, make a tear, like, because that's not good direction. I've had directors like, I want you to like literally make a tear right now, and like that's not what any actor does. You have an emotional moment. If there's a tear, there's a tear. If there's not, they're not. But that's more real than trying to like push out a tear. It looks stupid. Did you like acting when you were a child? I did, but I didn't. I was more into sports, so I didn't practice acting. So then I didn't think I could do it when I was older. Um, oh, it's okay. About pressing like and dislike. That's okay. Do you act professionally now, or you too? I do act. Yeah. I mean, I'm every week. Hi, Ella. I'm acting in Netflix auditions. I'm acting on movie auditions, and that's how I got Legacy. Oh, thank you, Ella. That's so nice. Um, so yeah, like every day I'm acting for projects that will be on TV and on Netflix and on in movie theaters. And I've had a chance to talk to some of the bigger actors in the industry over the past few years, like Will Smith and Nicole Kidman and Jessica Chastain, Kristen Stewart, George Clooney, Ben Affleck. I've had the luck of getting to talk to them over the past few months, because I was on a committee that basically nominates them for awards for their most recent movies.